Hello and welcome. Thank you very much. Today again we are here to discuss about occupational health and safety. In the last and previous video we discussed about the evolution of occupational health and safety, how the safety came in existence, what was scenario behind it, when it started, and who was the one who contributed, who supported to develop this occupational health and safety, and what was the story behind it. And today we are going to discuss few things about occupational health and safety in regulation. What is regulation for occupational health and safety? Like in 1970 it was started, the act was passed at that time that occupational health and safety is required because the people, the workers were exposing to a lot of types of hazards, like we can say chemical, biological, physical, and some like dust particles, aerosols, mist, vapor, fumes, a lot of things. Okay, they were factor and contributing factor to increase the disease of those workers who were working in different industries. Okay, so today this is second part of that. It is called occupational health and safety. You know, we have some organization like 1948 WHO. You know WHO, World Health Organization. World Health Organization is a body who says that how to prevent and control any contagious disease, communicable disease, occupational disease, and outbreak of any pandemic, and like pandemic, COVID-19. It was very famous in a couple of years back, and that was very pathetic, and everywhere was every person was in difficulties because of that. You know, each and everything was seized and stopped. Communication, transportations, business, all were disrupted very badly. You know, so WHO defines about it a state of complete physical. A state means condition. A state means condition. A state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. It is definition of occupational health and safety given by WHO. That what is that? What is that? So about that they have given this definition. Second, when the occupations and the people, professional like painter, scaffolder, workers, like we can say grinder man, welding man. Suppose someone is, last time we discussed about that, someone is grinder man. While he is grinding, what type of occupational diseases may occur with him, and how he is going to expose, because the grinder man, he is grinding the edge of the pipe, that's metal like carbon or steel, SS. During this action he is going to rub one metal with another metal, and there is some friction of that. Because of friction there is mist, we can say fume comes from that, and he is going to inhale, so it is going to impact on his lungs clearly. Secondly, some flying particles, very we can say minute form of metal is going to fly, and this man is going to also inhale. So he is going to inhale what? Fumes and minute flying objects. So he is going to inhale what? Metal fume, okay, and minute flying objects. So he is going to impose with two things. Even though there is heat, while he is grinding, he is going to expose with the heat because the area is enclosed, you know. So there is no ventilation, and it is very extremely heat. Even though it is physical hazards. What is physical hazards? Because the man is exposing directly with the rotating part, rotating parts. Even though it has safety guard, but he is grinding and he is exposing directly because the grinder is coming to his chest, even though he is expanding his hand and he is doing this activity. So he is also exposing to rotating part, and that is very, very sharp. RPM of the grinder is very high, very high. If within a fraction of second, there will be amputation and your life will be in danger. So that's why this is called. So how many things? Fumes, minute flying objects, rotating parts, environment. He is also exposing environmental issue like heat, cold, congested area, work stress, occupational stress, high pressure from management, like his supervisor to complete this task, within this period of time. Even though he is wearing full body harness, he is wearing FRC, a lot of clothes, goggles, mask, he has helmet. So he is feeling himself uneasy. He is feeling himself uneasy because he is doing this activity. He is taking all the PP. So sometimes it is also said that taking additional precautions and measures and PP also put a worker in the trouble. So this is called occupational health. So a grinder man is going to expose fumes, minute flying objects, rotating parts, environment, heat, even though we can say heat. Okay. Some reptiles and some poisonous reptiles may be present, scorpion, snake, whatever. So that's why the person can mainly expose to health hazards. Health hazards, like health hazards caused by chemical and biological exposure. Gentlemen, these 2 points we will study in very detail, because my video is especially for occupational health and safety, and I would like to bring all the points like OSHA, IOSH, NIOSH, and British and BS, British standard, European standard, and all those standards which are applicable for occupational health and safety. That's why be with me, and the video will be very, very big. I will make this video in segment wise, but you have to be ready with me, because I am going to explain chemical and biological hazards and chemical hazards. So both are very big chapter. In chemical, we have to go for like industrial hygiene, industrial hygiene. Okay, we will go for industrial hygiene. Even though for biological exposure, we will go for industrial hygiene. So we are not only studying chemical, we are going to study chemical, biological, and industrial hygiene. So 3 chapters are being included in one of my slide, and one by one we are going to learn about it. Okay. So why it is difficult? Why occupational health and safety is required? Because the worker who are going to expose health hazards, and health is wealth, very, very important. Prevention is better than cure. So what we are doing, safety is doing prevention to cure the person, to save the person. In detail we will study that how chemicals is going to expose to your body, what are the root, how, what is called acute exposure, and chronic exposure, what are the signs and symptoms of the disease, how it is going to react on your body. So detail we will study. But now this day, chemical, biological, okay, interact adversely. Listen this word, very important. This chemical and biological exposure interacts adversely. Adversely means oppositely. Okay, how it is going to impact oppositely? Suppose we are drinking water. Water is also a chemical. Water is also chemical because it has composition of 2 things, hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. So water we are going to drink. In water there are ion and cation. Ion and cation, both are there. Then it can be formed as a water, and we are going to drink it. If we are drinking more water than requirement, it is going to show the effect on your body or not? Absolutely. if you are drinking plenty of water, like excessive water, we can say excessive water throughout the day, the frequency of urination will increase. You will feel heaviness in your body, even though there is a particular word terminology for that. There will be some body odema like swelling on your body inside the organ. I am not doctor, but I am telling some signs and symptoms of that is called excessive and adversely affect on human body. Suppose we are taking rice, we are taking some chili powder, we are taking very species food, that is going to impact on your abdomen, absolutely. If you are taking much spices food, what impacts are there in your abdomen? There is HCl increment. HCl will increase. The secretion of HCl, hydrochloric acid, will increase in your abdomen, and then you will feel bloating, and you are feeling heaviness in your abdomen, you are feeling heaviness, bloating, you are feeling pain, stiffness, and in your abdomen, cramp. So these all are called adversely effect of this chemical and biological hazards on your body with the organ within your body causing illness and injury. That's why we need to study occupational health and safety, that a person who is going to exposed to the chemical and any biological agents, so what will be impact on that person and worker who is working with this chemical, and due to his profession how he is going to expose it, and what are the tenure duration of that, and how it is going to onset the disease on his body, So that's why it is important, even though it can impact on organs and some part of your body or full part of body. Later on I will explain in detail. Okay, so let's go forward. In the first slide we came to know that occupational health deals with health hazards, already we discussed. Okay, so how many types it has been categorized here? At least minimum as per standard it is 5: chemical, physical, biological, psychological, psychosocial, and ergonomics. Okay, so these are the health hazards of occupational health and safety. Okay, remember, chemical, physical, biological, psychosocial, and ergonomics. So these are the 5 points. Okay, before we study about WHO, World Health Organization, now we are here for ILO, International Labour Organization. What is this? International Labour Organization is very we can say strong and powerful organization who guides us that how to implement and comply health and safety at the workplace. So it has so many conventions and rule, and the head office of ILO is in Geneva, because they have a lot of meetings every year, because they are going to collect all the information from worldwide, how many accident happen, how many incident happen, how many fatality happen, how many like we can say catastrophic accident happen in the world, and what was the reason behind them. So all reports are being collected by them, and based on that report they are analyzing each and everything, and they find that what happened exactly and why it happened. Okay, so based on that there is one meeting, or frequently they organize the meeting by ILO, and there are so many members, like many countries are member of ILO. Okay, and they sit together to discuss the concern of the safety. Okay, the promotion and maintenance and the highest degree of physical, mental, and social well-being of the worker in all occupations by preventing departure from the health, controlling risk, and adapting work to people and people to their jobs. So that's why it is very important. Let's go forward. So these are WHO and ILO. We need to remember WHO and ILO. Okay, WHO and ILO. They all, ILO and WHO, they all are working for occupational health and safety. Clear? In the first video of occupational health and safety, we came to know that evolution of occupational health and safety, how occupational health and safety came in the existence. During this assessment and briefing of this all, the scholars and the researchers found that 3 points were noted result from the history of evolution. Like from, this is the point 0, evolution start from here and reach to 10. Okay, during this evolution period and progress, how they assess the people are being exposed with the health and safety because of their activity and their job. Okay, like blacksmith, goldsmith, a man who is security guard at the night, a man who is delivery boy, they all are doing their profession and they are exposing. So that's why safety is not particularly for the construction, oil and gas. It is for worldwide, even though for your home, your own home. So safety is not for one person, it is for worldwide, and it's not designed for one occupation. Okay, so during the evolution process, the history shows that catastrophic events happened, occupational injury happened, occupational disease and illness happened. What is a catastrophic event? What is catastrophic event? The event which lead to an accident or massive accident which destroy person, place and equipment or either of them in massive ground, in massive number. Suppose a person who fell down from the scaffolding and he has multiple fracture, even though he was injured and he died. It's not called catastrophic. It's not called catastrophic. Occupational injury. Suppose a man, injury is harm and impact on the human body. That's called injury. Like finger injury, brain injury, eyes injury, parts of the body or upper limbs, lower limbs or any parts of the body, that's called injury. But disease and illness, both are different. Illness are temporary exposure, but diseases are permanent exposure. Even though disease can be for time period also, but disease starts because suppose someone is going to expose with some chemical. The chemical duration of the exposure it shows after 10 years. The impact of this chemical rise after 10 years, and that's called disease. Now suppose someone is going to expose with silica. What is called silica? A disease will occur that is called silicosis. That is called silicosis. So this disease doesn't occur suddenly, it takes some time to occur. Okay, so we will study in details in the next slide with some pictures. Okay, you can see here some pictures are taken from somewhere. Okay, catastrophic event. What is called catastrophic? Like you can see fire and explosion here. This fire and explosion has impacted 3 things: environment, material, even the person and property. So that's called catastrophic. So it means several things were came in danger situation, destroyed, devastated. It's called arson. This is called arson. It's type of fire, but it's called arson. Maybe some chemical explosion. So chemical loss, material loss, structure, maybe personal loss or injury. Okay, production loss, and last investigation. Investigation, and we can also say rehabilitation. Rehabilitation, like they are going to make another plant. So these all are the expenses are because of this catastrophic. Okay, even though there are some there are two types of, you know very well, there are two types of direct and indirect. Direct and indirect insurance. Indirect. Okay, but simply I have just described here. Even though you can see here a structural loss, even though equipment's failure here, natural disaster also called catastrophic, extreme weather conditions, okay, hazardous materials released, like some chemical, some chemicals released here, and because of that there is some fire. So these all are called catastrophic. Catastrophic means not a single injury or accidents. It is going to describe the multiple effect, injuries, property loss, chemical, material loss. Those are called catastrophic event. Okay, go for the next. Occupational injury. Occupational injury, suppose you can see this man is doing what he is doing. He is cutting. What cutting? Maybe some, we can say, a structural member. Okay, so what will happen? This rotating part, if his hand is coming in the contact with that, there will be injury, like grinder man. Okay, this is called slip, trip and falls. Yes, struck by object. He is coming between two objects, rotating parts, impact, incision, seizure. So further we will describe that there are two types of hazards, mechanical and non-mechanical. I will explain later, but for the understanding, like this man is going to expose with electrical hazards. So why this is called occupation? Because they are doing, maybe he is cleaner, he is doing cleaning activity, he is pipe fitter, he is like electrician, he is making some conduit, or he is doing some, like we can say some like molding work and some preparation work. Okay, he just stuck between, because maybe his rigger, his worker, his helper, he is going to do manual lifting. Maybe he is electrician, he is doing like measuring, testing, electrical connections, whatever he is doing. Okay, and you can see caught between. This is called mechanical hazards. Caught between, he is coming between two objects, and it is going to cut, shears, incision, intusion. So many things can occur. Even though ergonomics. Okay, suppose I am raising my hand frequently, and I am teaching, I am writing on the board, so I will feel the pain and numbness frequently with my hand because of my activity. So I am doing some profession. This is my occupation. Okay, so this is called occupational injury. Okay, we can go for the next slide. Occupational illness. Before it was injury. Injury is called also harm, and harm can occur only by physical. Okay, it is impacting on human body. So you can see here, occupational illness. A man who's not wearing this mask and exposing to silica. You can see here silica, like he is exposing to silica. Disease will occur like silicosis. Even though you can see here asthma, we can say asthma, we cannot say asthma, it is called asthma. Okay, asthma is a type of respiratory disease. If someone is going to expose with antigen, some foreign particles, dust, some chemicals, some mist, fumes, and he is living in very congested area, even though the farmers of my village, they are harvesting their crops, and during the threshing of their crops, there are some dust are flying from there, and that dust is going to create the disease that is called farmer's lungs. This is medical term. Okay, so that's why even though those who are working in, like we can say, cotton industry or textile industries, the dust of that textile industry is being inhaled by the worker on day wise. Every day they are inhaling. So there is one disease that is called bicyanosis. Okay, we will study very later each and every disease. Okay, you can see musculoskeletal disorders, MSTS. Musculoskeletal, like this area has pain. Suppose he is a computer operator, he is like HSC admin, he has to make the report, send the report, prepare the report. Every day he has to work several hours, like 10 hours every day, and he is overloaded with the work. Okay, so there will be pain here. That pain will be called musculoskeletal, because this area has muscle and skeleton. So muscle is muscle and skeletal means bone. Absolutely, our body is made for muscle and bone. So in this area, either he can feel the muscle pain or skeleton pain, both. So that's why I call it muscle skeleton pain. Even though you can see here skin disease. See here, a skin disease, a person who is going to expose with some chemical frequently. So either there will be some irritation, burning sensation, itching or lacerations, redness, some small pimples, we can say small pigmentations are there, and he is feeling sensation and pain. That's called, even though dermatitis there are two types of dermatitis. Okay, I will explain in industrial hygiene with detail and further video. Okay, even though this man is exposing with the chemical, okay, he is wearing gloves. Moreover, why he is going to pour it, he is protecting himself from the chemical while using the gloves. But if this person has not worn face mask or chemical like respiratory protective equipment, he might have inhaled it. And because of that, he can feel some heaviness in the chest or different reaction according to the chemical. Okay, you can see here noise induced hearing loss. What is noise inducing? New generation, and it is bad practice now in this day that we are addicted to headphone. A small we are keeping always in the pocket. We are using the headphone for listening the music while we are driving, we are talking to someone, we are talking to our family, or even though we are teaching. And some people are walking and jogging in the morning and in the evening, even they are using some headphone to listen the music. That is called noise induced disease. Like frequently you are going to expose with the noise, that noise is impacting on your hearing, eardrum, and that eardrum resistance is getting lost day by day. So at some age, at some period of age of your life, you will feel loss of your hearing, or even though you can hear, but you cannot hear like a child, like a young person. In India, there is one very, very famous singer, Yalka Yagniji. Very recently, there was one publication was published, and she came to the public meeting, and people told that she is not capable to hear properly because she has noise-induced hearing loss. Can you imagine? So she is so rich, she is so famous. Maybe she has sung thousands and thousands songs in India, and all of us heard her songs. Her voice is very melodious. She was very good singer, but because of this habit, maybe I am not sure what happened with her, but because of that, because of listening the music, listening some programs and watching TV or because the noise generated and her resistance of eardrum got rupture and suddenly she lost her hearing. So it can also occur. There are so many types of like noise issues we will discuss, because noise is a special chapter, and in this chapter we will study. Okay. Secondly, work related stress. Work related stress I cannot describe, because your company give targets to you. Your client said, oh no, I need report now, I need report now, I need this report, I need this campaign report, drill report, this one, because we all are safety professional. We know that how much pressure we are bearing on day by day, and we need to submit the reports, we need to go for safety training, orientation, site visit, a lot of things are there. So we have work related stress and pressure. Now, why there is no progress, why safety officers are not there, why supervisors are not there, why managers are not performing well. So that's called stress. That stress is also considered occupational illness, not disease. It is called occupational illness. Okay. So this video is, I hope that this video is very beneficial for you. Please watch it, share it, and subscribe my channel. I see that you are just only watching my video, or not subscribing, liking and sharing my video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I am always with you. I will learn something from you, and you can share your comments and your appreciation. Thank you very much. For next video, we will see you in the next video with detail about occupational health and safety. So that chapter is very long chapter. We will go in segment wise and sequence wise. So thank you very much.